Francis Edgar. Massive fight. I was really looking forward to this. Interestingly enough, I actually picked Frankie to win this one. I thought he would come through. I thought he'd be too good. I thought he would be able to last longer than Aldo. Aldo's a really fast twitch guy. I thought Frankie Edgar would last longer. He'd win in the last rounds, and I feel as though if the fight had gone on for another couple of rounds, he would have done. He definitely comes on stronger. I mean, they don't make him any tougher than that Jersey kid. I mean, Jesus, he's an absolute animal in there. He got his nose broke for sure with a front kick, and he plodded along. Obviously, Aldo did win the fight. Aldo looked seriously impressive rounds 1, 2, and 3, and then started to fade. I mean, I gave rounds 4 and 5 to Frankie, and the first 3 to Jose Aldo. A couple of judges scored it 49-46, which I thought was a bit off, but yeah, as I said, if that had gone for another couple of rounds, I think Frankie Edgar would have won the fight. But yeah, it was a great fight. The guy's got so much heart. It was interesting to see Frankie Edgar's still the smaller guy in there. He's still the smaller guy. Really, I think he should be fighting at 135. I doubt he's going to do that. He wanted to fight at 155. 155 was 155 champion, which is absolutely crazy. He did so well up at that weight class where the guys are just so much bigger than him. So yeah, absolutely gutted for my man, the answer. I thought he was great. I don't know where he goes from here. I guess 135 is the only place left for him to go straight into a title shot, which he probably would against Dominic Cruz, which case again I would favour him. Jose Aldo, on the other hand, looked really good. One thing that we have to say about Frankie that was brilliant is he managed to pretty much neutralise the leg kicks. He got hit with some huge ones, knocked down, but he did not beat up his legs like we saw him do against Uriah Faber. I mean, Jose Aldo just beat those legs to death against Uriah Faber. He didn't do that. He definitely didn't do that. And I think he said in a post-fight press conference that was because Frankie grabbed his leg and took him down once, and Jose didn't want that. So, I mean, sort of the way Jose really won that fight is just striking. He had more power, he had a speed advantage, and he was longer. Those two things combined is crazy. When he hit Frankie Edgar, it did damage, whereas the other way around, it was like point scoring. He didn't really do much damage. Frankie managed to land a few takedowns, but Aldo just popped straight back up immediately. I mean, the guy's like a cat. He's an absolute athletic beast. Now, what was interesting is we know that Aldo really struggles to make 145. He's a big guy. He may well be pushing up to 155. A super fight against Benson Henderson would be amazing to see. Or what was said is that Anthony Pettis, who's just put away Donald Cerrone in style, might drop down to 145 and fight Jose Aldo, which would be a great fight. Now, what's interesting about that is they say Pettis makes 55 really easy. They say he's not a big kid, which I always thought was wrong because he looks quite big to me. But when you saw him up against Donald Cerrone, he was definitely the smaller guy by a long way, and he looks so good in that fight. Two sort of great flamboyant strikers for the featherweight title would be amazing. So I'd love to see that fight at 145. Otherwise, it may well be Lamas fighting at 145, or Jose Aldo might move up to lightweight. But the 145 division has gotten much more exciting after this fight, and can't wait to see where it goes. Where Frankie goes, I hope he drops down to 135, personally. I think that's where he belongs. He can cut the weight to there, and he can be an absolute monster. I felt really gutted from after the fight because I love him as a fighter, I love him as a guy. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it was a great fight. Two top-class champions, and Jose Aldo's proved he is dangerous. And that was the main event for 156. This has been MMA, bringing you another fight review. Make sure that you keep your eye out for more. If you agree with me, leave a comment below. If you disagree, leave a comment below. I'll be sure to argue with you. And please remember to like and subscribe. See you later, guys.